Does this really matter? Maybe that's the first question. Does this really matter? I tell you that all you have to do is look at those words to realize, oh, it matters. And again, we're at the third verse from the end of the Gospel of John. Don't lose sight of the fact that God is making a point here. He's making a strong point right at the end of the message. So does it really matter? I would say to you that all you have to do is take a walk through the Bible and you will see, oh, it matters whether or not you hear God correctly. You dispel any misrepresentation of him or his ways, and that you not be a part of anything that would spread something outside of what God has truly said. Say, okay, Pastor Jeff, what do you can you back that up? Let me ask you, do you think it was important that Adam and Eve doubted what God said? First introduction, the birthplace of sin, Genesis 3. Did God really say? Let me ask you about Noah. Do you think it was important that he actually believed what God... Really, Lord? An ark? It's never even rained. An ark? Really? Was it important that he took the details down? Was it important that God told Lot's wife not to look? I mean, really, what's the harm in looking? Pillar of salt harm, I'll tell you that. Is it important that you truly understand what God said and that you take it in its proper context and you apply and obey all of it? How about Moses? Really, you want me to go to the Pharaoh and tell him to just let the people go? I can't do that. You better. I'm supposed to tell him about these plagues? That's crazy. You better. Right? I'm supposed to actually say that these are the rules of God? Yeah. You mean I'm supposed to tell them that we're actually ready to go into the promised land? Look, but Lord, I just got word. We have eyewitness account. There are giants over there. Yeah, you better. Well, they're not giving me a lot of credibility because they're saying, hey, how in the world did we get here anyway? Have you looked at the map? You don't get to the edge of the border of the promised land the way you took us. The most expeditious way would have been this way. Why'd you take us that way? Because God said so. Do you think it was important that Moses led them on the path and the directions and the route that God told them? Hey, you don't back us up against the Red Sea, knucklehead. No, this is what God said. Do you think it was important that Moses told them the truth and adhered to what God said as he said it? Just look at those that rejected 40 years in the desert. How about Joshua? Really, Lord? You want me to march us around the city? You want us to go into battle and have the worship team lead us? Come on, Lord. You can't be serious. Oh, I'm deadly serious. You think it was important that they listened to and followed what the Lord said? Right? I mean, just walk through the Bible. Every place where you see God's blessing, you will see faithful obedience to what God really said. And every time that you see God's wrath or curse or sin or brokenness or stain, it will follow disobedience. It will follow some perverted understanding or lack of understanding or intentional deception to what God really said. And this plays out even today, right? I mean, look in the New Testament. All you've got to do is look at Peter. You pervert what he says, you get a pope. Look at what he says and get it wrong about the body of Christ, and you get the doctrine of transubstantiation, where you believe that the bread and the wine are literally the physical body of Christ and the blood of Christ. It's wrong. It does great damage. Right? Read Revelation 2 and 3 and see what happens to the churches that lose their commitment to God and His Word. It's a horrific picture of reality. It matters. Right? Revelation 22:18, don't you dare add or subtract from this word. or the wrath that's foretold in it will become yours. You think that matters? This is huge, friends. This is huge. That you not become a part of a rumor. And not all rumors are poisonous. Listen, you've got to understand that good intentions does not bring credibility. That you can be sincerely wrong. It doesn't have to do with you. The test of truth-telling is not in the teller, it's in the truth. The test of truth-telling is not in the teller, it's in the truth.